Hi guys, this is Mary. Welcome back to Cardz TV. 1 week from today is Easter Sunday. So today we're going to make a card that reflects the true meaning of Easter. No bunnies, no chicks. We'll be using this beautiful paper pad from Die Cuts with a View, and this is called Violet Leaf. I love that one. We'll use Elegant Edges and the New Testament cartridge. And for our sentiments, we'll use Cardz TV Easter Blessings, and we'll be using And the Third Day He Will Rise Again, Matthew 20:19, and down here we'll use Have a Blessed Easter. I'll get everything ready and we'll get started on our Easter card. We're going to make an S-fold card today, and I have some ivory cardstock, and it's been folded to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I took this edge and folded it back to the fold line, and this makes our S-fold card. And I've used a bone folder on all my creases so they're nice and sharp. For the inside of the card, I've cut this beautiful green for a mat, and I'll have all the dimensions and a list of the supplies that I used at the end of the video. And then this gorgeous paper came from that Die Cuts with a View stack, and it's going to go right on top of this one. We're going to put another green layer on the inside with another of that pretty floral print. And then for the front of our card, we've got another green mat and a floral mat as well. I'm going to grab my ATG gun and get all of these green pieces and floral pieces adhered to my card, and then I'll show you what we cut from Elegant Edges and from the New Testament cartridge. Here's our card base all finished, and isn't that beautiful with that green and that gorgeous floral with the green and the 2 shades of purple in there. I just love that. Now, to go on the inside for the sentiment, and also to go halfway across the front, I went to the Elegant Edges cartridge and I cut these 2 ivory mats and the green shadow. And you'll find those on page 38. Here's the ivory, and that's cut on oblong, and here's the shadow that was cut from green. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on one, get these adhered together. This is going to go on the inside of the card, and then the ivory mat is going to get run through the Cuttlebug, and I'm going to use this Cuttlebug textile embossing folder. I just think that is such a beautiful pattern on there, and it kind of reminds me of the floral print of this paper. So I'm going to get my ink over here. We're going to stamp our sentiment. Then we'll get the Cuttlebug and run this through, and we'll get this card finished. And it's going to be so pretty. Okay, I've got my A plate in the Cuttlebug. And here is that textile folder. And I'm going to put the ivory mat right inside. And I want to get it as straight as I can. I'm going to put one of my B plates on here. The embossing folder. And the other B plate, and we'll run this through and get this embossed. This turned out so pretty. Now I'm going to take my ATG gun and get this adhered to this green mat, and this is going to go on the front of our card. Before I adhere this to the front of the card, I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment and get that adhered to the inside. I've already got my sentiment on my Fiskars stamp press, and that's And the Third Day He Will Rise Again, Matthew 20:19. Have a blessed Easter. And I've got both sentiments on there already, and I'm using some Memento Tuxedo black ink. I'm going to get my stamp inked up. And line this up, I hope straight. Perfect. Now I'll grab my ATG gun and get this adhered to the green mat, and I left enough room down here to sign my name. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside of the card first, and that will help me line up the mat on the outside of the card. Now, I've already got some adhesive on the back, and I'm going to go ahead and center this on the inside. There we go. And now I can take this one, and that helps me line it up so that you don't see the inside mat. Now I'm going to put adhesive just on this side and get this adhered down, and then we're going to do this beautiful cross that's in the New Testament cartridge. And I've already cut this out. I cut this part and this out of the purple, and then the back of the cross is out of brown. And because I don't want to use any foam tape on the front of my card, I cut two of each one, and I adhered them together with my two-way glue pen to give it some thickness, and that's going to go right here on this embossed mat. So I'm going to go ahead and get this adhered to the front, and then we'll put this cross together and get it on the front, and we're almost done. And as I told you before, I'll have all the dimensions, page numbers, everything I used at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and get this adhered to the front with adhesive on this side only. Okay, I got my two-way glue pen. Now we're going to adhere the brown cross to the purple one, and then this part of the drape or shroud will go on top, just like that. Now I'm going to attach this to the front. I think I'm going to use glue dots because they'll stick better to this raised surface. And guess what? I forgot to bring them with me in the studio, so I'm going to go grab those. We'll get this put on the front, and we'll come back and take a look at this finished card for Easter. Here's my finished S-fold card for Easter, and I seem to use this color palette every year on my special Easter card. And that's because I think it's so beautiful. I don't think you could use anything any prettier than ivory with lavender and purple and that beautiful green. I just love it. Now I've added some lavender flatback pearls. These are from Recollections, and these are a medium size, and I've got one in each corner. When we open it up, and this is the true meaning of Easter. And the third day he will rise again. Matthew 20:19. Have a blessed Easter. And I'll just write my name down there and get this out in the mail. And I'm going to do several more of these and send out to my family. Thank you so much for coming by and spending some time with me today, guys. I hope you've liked this special Easter card. And I will be seeing you again before Easter, so I'll tell you Happy Easter then. But I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.